Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're plunging into some truly thought-provoking sources. They explore themes of divine provision, human responses, which can be complex, and, well, the surprising power of even really small offerings.
Yeah, we've got quite a mix here. Things like ancient scriptures, Psalms, the Book of Numbers, Matthew's Gospel, and also a more contemporary essay looking at timeless spiritual principles.
Right.
Our mission really is to explore how these different texts shed light on ideas about sustenance, faith, and, the kind of unexpected ways abundance can show up, even when things look scarce, maybe especially then.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We're going to dig into some maybe familiar stories, but perhaps with a fresh lens. Looking at what happens when people are in need, what they're actually given, and how they react. Sometimes in surprising ways. You might find yourself seeing some of these age-old stories a bit differently, and we'll explore what they might suggest for, challenges in your own life. Let's start with a really vivid picture from the Book of Numbers. Here we find the children of Israel, and they're lamenting their food situation. They're missing the fish, cucumbers, melons, leeks, onions, garlic, all the stuff they apparently used to eat without cost in Egypt.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here is their focus, isn't it? It's all on what they don't have, even though they are being provided for with manna daily.
Yes, manna.
And the text actually describes it, It's not just some vague substance. It's like coriander seed. It has the color of resin. They gathered it, ground it or pounded it, cooked it, made loaves. Tasted like cakes made with oil. It fell with the dew every night.
So it wasn't nothing. It was actual sustenance.
Exactly. Consistent sustenance. But they were, as the text says, famished in their spirits, perhaps. They saw nothing before us but this manna.
And this crying, it's family after family. It says the Lord gets very angry, but Moses' reaction, wow, he's grieving. He feels completely overwhelmed. He even asked the Lord to just kill him right there because he feels he can't carry all these people by myself. He says they're too heavy for him.
That is such a powerful moment of despair. Really human. And it raises that question, doesn't it? How do we respond when what we're given doesn't quite meet our expectations, or when we only see the burden?
Yeah.
The responsorial psalm we looked at, Psalm 81, kind of touches on this. It notes, "My people heard not my voice, and Israel obeyed me not. So I gave them up to the hardness of their hearts." They just walked according to their own counsels.
The sort of stubbornness.
Right. And it contrasts that with what could have been. If only my people would hear me, quickly would I humble their enemies.
So what does this all mean for us looking back? It seems to set up this stark contrast between, an abundance that just isn't appreciated and this deep longing for something else entirely. Okay, now let's shift gears a bit. Let's look at a different story of provision, but one that maybe echoes some similar themes.
Yeah.
We go to the Gospel of Matthew. Jesus has just heard about John the Baptist's death. Awful news.
A moment of deep personal sorrow for him, right?
Exactly. He withdraws, wants to be alone in a deserted place, but these huge crowds follow him anyway on foot.
And if we sort of connect this to the bigger picture, despite his own grief, the text says, his heart was moved with pity for them and he cured their sick. That compassion, even then, is really key here.
It really is. So evening comes, and the disciples, being practical, they notice it's a deserted place, it's getting late. They want to send the crowds away to find food. Makes sense, right?
Seems logical. But here's where it gets, really interesting. Jesus tells them, there is no need for them to go away. Give them some food yourselves.
Which must have sounded impossible.
Well, yeah. The disciples respond with, practical concern. They say, 5 loaves and 2 fish are all we have here. That's it. Just that.
5 loaves, 2 fish. For thousands.
Yet Jesus takes those 5 loaves and 2 fish. He looks up to heaven, says the blessing, breaks them, gives them to the disciples, and they then give them to the crowds.
And the result?
Astonishing. They all ate and were satisfied. And they even picked up the leftovers, 12 wicker baskets full.
12 baskets.
And the text makes a point of saying, those who ate were about 5,000 men, not counting women and children. So the actual number was much larger.
That's just an incredible contrast to the complaining Israelites we were just talking about.
Totally different response, isn't it?
Yeah. And this gospel passage, it lines up so well with that modern reflection we looked at, which said something like, Jesus shows us that even in moments of personal sorrow, he responds with deep compassion.
Exactly. And it emphasizes that he takes what little is offered and multiplies it abundantly. It's a powerful reminder, isn't it? That no gift, no matter how small it seems to us, is too small in God's hands.
So it's not just about the miracle happening, but about the offering being made in the first place.
Precisely. The reflection goes on to say, when we offer our time, talents, and resources, God can work miracles through them, which connects directly to that idea of trusting in providence, but also our part generosity in serving others.
Right. And that first psalm we mentioned, Psalm 145, 1-15, the eyes of all look to you in hope, and you give them their food in due season. It frames that theme of dependable provision beautifully. But then there's that Alleluia verse 2 from Matthew 4.4. One does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes forth from the mouth of God. So it's physical food, yes, but also spiritual sustenance is broader.
Absolutely. So we've kind of journeyed through these different facets, haven't we? Provision, human response. From the frustration over manna to the incredible multiplication of loaves and fish.
Yeah.
And what seems to stand out across all these different sources is this consistent message that even what looks like a really small offering, maybe insignificant, it can have these profound, far-reaching impacts, especially when it's given with, compassion and trust.
Absolutely. And that modern reflection or prayer, it really challenges us, doesn't it? To never withhold what little I have out of fear or doubt, and to try and be compassionate and selfless. It asks us, and so now we ask you to maybe think about this. What small act of kindness or service, maybe just one thing, can you offer today? Trusting that its impact might be multiplied somehow for the good of others, even if you don't see how right now. Something to consider as you go about your day.